Yet another episode in the Moviesucktastic Theaters. Uh,
The terrible game.
what's the word I'm looking for? God damn it. Let me try it again. Ready? Take two. And now for Moviesucktastic Theater's serialization of The Terrible Game, the novel by Dan Tyler Moore, adapted into the film Gymkata. We begin near the end of page 11. The queer peaked saddle felt uncomfortable, like sitting on a merry-go-round horse. It came up to a point both in front and behind, hemmed one in. Jonathan looked over at his father. Where had he seen that picture before? Then he remembered. An illustration in his book on the adventures of Marco Polo. He ran his fingers through the thick, woolly fur on the pony's neck. They were Mongol steppes ponies, all right. Even the saddles were from Mongolia. The heavy brass stirrups were closed in the front like brass boot toes, just like the ones in the museum. He studied the ponies, about 4 feet high, obviously very strong and hardy despite their small size. Jonathan was struck by their large, ungainly heads, and by their small, wicked eyes and evil expressions. Their manes were short and bristled up like hair brushes. Jonathan was particularly intrigued by their tiny ears and by their mule-like tails. Short hair over most of the tail and a lion's tuft at the end. They were a freakish dun color with darker backs and legs and almost white bellies. Jonathan shouted to his father, "Where do these animals come from?" He saw that in spite of the extreme leverage of his snaffle bit, his father was having trouble controlling his pony. "I bought them from a zoo down south. This one's name is Tamerlane. Yours is Genghis Khan. They are good examples of what the scientists call Prejavagis horse.
Yeah.
It's the only wild horse still in existence." "How about the wild horses in our prairie states, Dad? The ones in Montana and Wyoming?" "Those are just descendants of domestic horses that escaped into the wilds." His father stroked the furry neck of his mount. "Prejavagis horses is no more domesticated than the tiger in the zoo, so watch out for them. Never turn your back on them even for an instant. If they get a chance, they'll try to bite your head off, or even worse, kick you into the middle of next week." His father's horse shied violently, and Jonathan could see the strength his father exerted to bring him under control. "I had a devil's own time breaking these horses for riding. Afraid I haven't done a very good job on this one. A little like trying to break a Bengal tiger. For a while it looked as if they were going to break for me first. Almost expected to end up with a saddle and bridle on." Jonathan could literally feel the wild, nervous energy of his pony. It seemed to be transmitted shut up. It seemed to be transmitted like a current along the reins of his hands. He found it impossible to post to the swift jogging trot. "Are these ponies faster than regular horses?" His father shook his head. "They certainly are, running by themselves, but they haven't been deployed to carry a rider. Our thoroughbreds can beat them on a racetrack, but these would still be going a week later. No horse on earth could beat one of these in a race from Washington to Cleveland." "Why did you get them, Father? They must have been expensive. I don't see what use they are except as curiosities." His father looked at him with a faint smile. "I bought them to make big, overgrown rascals who are being paid $300 a month to do the job and not ask questions. Ask questions." That's weird. Jonathan felt his face grow warm. Anyone who didn't ask questions about a situation like this, Dad, would have to be just plain crazy. His father chuckled. "I hope sometime I can tell you exactly what this is all about. How much, Jonathan? You are helping with something really important." I'm going to stop there.
Okay.
My favorite
Game.
line? Jonathan can... This is going to be on the blog when I post this episode. Jonathan can literally feel the wild, nervous energy of his pony.
Of his pony. Oh, my God.
Oh.
It gets better every week.
It really does. I'm only on page 12 now. No, 13. We're
Yeah.
on page 13, and we actually jumped 2 pages this week.
Oh, okay. It gets better every week.
13 down, 143.